So do you have any keys to unlock beauty? Like, so that, youth.
Oh, I have keys, baby. I got lots of keys.
Welcome. In today's episode, we have the privilege of chatting with Jackie Wilson, nurse practitioner and a veteran in the beauty industry with over 20 years of experience in the beauty world. And Jackie has seamlessly integrated health and beauty in all of her treatments. Welcome, Jackie.
Thank you so much for having me, Jacqueline.
Well, I'm so excited you're here, and I can't wait to ask you all these questions that I just want to have my answers on. So first, who are you, Jackie?
Well, to put it plain and simple, I am a cosmetologist, I think at heart, and I also am a nurse practitioner. I became a nurse practitioner recently, but I have 7 years in nursing and over 20 years in cosmetology. So I have integrated these two loves of mine, and I am now doing aesthetic cosmetics and injectables, which require a nursing degree. And I think my cosmetic background really just helps me in providing the best treatments that I can for my clients.
I keep saying that, Jackie, because I always find it so interesting when you meet someone who has, you have so many years of experience. You've met women, from young girls to teens, and I'm sure you follow them as well throughout their life as they're aging. And you can really see a woman, what she needs to, just to keep her beautiful, to really enhance her natural beauty. Is that something that you play when you do your injectables as well? Like, you make sure that you look at the clients, all their features, their hair. I'm sure you think of all of that.
Certainly. It's the big picture that you look at. You look at, their overall self-esteem, how they carry themselves. Like, even hair is big, even though I am injecting the face. I always look at the full, picture. And I do. I see where they are in their life, not just, what they look like, but what they've experienced. And I think that's very important, because somebody can be 20 years old, but they look like they're 30 or 40 and vice versa. So I take everything into account and I try and help them wherever I can.
I like that. Okay, Jackie, this is a good one, because I'm always curious to find out what the answer to this question is. When do you have a specific memory when your passion for the beauty industry, when it started? Can you tell me a specific moment when you realized that this is beauty?
I do have a certain recollection in mind, and I was young. I was very young. I was probably in my early 20s, and I remember getting ready to go out for the evening, and I pulled my hair back. My friend was a hairstylist, and she's like, "Your hair's going to look great like this." And I was like, I don't know. And she pulled my hair back, gave me a middle part, and I had makeup on. I just felt pretty. I was like, oh my God. I was like, I feel really pretty. And from then on, I was like, it's amazing how the way you do your hair, the way you put your makeup on can really reflect how, not only how you feel, but also how you portray yourself towards others. So absolutely. I felt like I was like, I'm going to start taking care of myself.
Absolutely. Is that when you decided to become a cosmetologist, at that time?
Yeah, because my friend was a hairstylist, and I kept going into her salon just to talk. And I said, you know what, this is an industry that I think I would love. And that's when I actually, began to go back to school. I was a young mom, so college wasn't for me at the time. So this 9-month program in beauty school was the answer. And I was able to do that, complete it. And then I got a chair at this great salon, and I did really well. I started doing hair, and I loved it. So
I'm like, can you do my hair now? That's what I'm thinking. I'm looking at your hair. It's so beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, no, now I need to get my hair done.
No, you have gorgeous hair.
No, and I think hair is such an important part, because after I had my daughter, I lost 50% of it. I just woke up one day and it was on my pillow.
Yeah, that
And
happens.
then I said, oh my goodness, what is this? I went and I took a shower thinking it was going to get better. And as I'm washing my hair, even more hair comes out. So I decided to not wash my hair anymore, to not let it out and just leave it in a bun. And that's what I did. That's why they call it mom bun, right? Because you don't have time to do it either. But I just left it there, and I said, I'm not going to touch it. And, it was in the midst of COVID. It was so much, it was crazy. And it ended up with my husband having to chop it off because there was no place to go. So my husband watched a YouTube video on how to cut women's hair. And he went chop, chop, chop. Yeah. And he even did layers, to let you know. So I had layers because I had very long hair. And that's how I started off with a shorter haircut.
That's amazing.
Now
Oh
it's not
goodness.
my husband.
I was going to say he's really good.
My husband now, yeah, he's not that good, but that's how it was. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Hair
Wow.
is important. That's why I know, like when you're telling me this story about how you felt beautiful, I think we've all had that moment when we go get our hair done and all of a sudden we just feel so beautiful, right?
Yeah, hair is important. Yes.
I just recently went to my hairdresser and I told her, I want some more highlights. And I came out too blonde. I said, I want less highlights. I'm like, okay, I felt really beautiful the first time, this time not so much. And it's just, you can play a lot with it.
Yes. And it does. You can really change the tone of your face.
Yeah.
And I think finding the right tone, finding the right cuts, finding the right angles are really, they can either, work for you or against you. So it is a big factor.
I'm thinking like as well with injectables, right? When you're doing that, you're changing people's, not structure, but you're changing the shape sometimes of the face.
Oh, sure.
Right?
I mean, fillers are huge for changing structure. And a lot of people come in like they want to enhance their cheekbones or they want to just project their chin a little bit more. And it's all about symmetry. It's all about, finding that look that works best for them, using what they already have naturally. So I think it is important to have that eye, because if you don't have that eye for not so much beauty, but for symmetry and I guess beauty, then it's really hard to really pinpoint and target like what that person needs. And you always want to use what they have naturally, not just create a whole new person, because a lot of people have, we're all beautiful in our own way. You just want to find that one thing and enhance it. Yeah. So I think that's very important. So you're not altering their total look.
Oh, that's good. No, because I can just thinking back, I was one of those. I always tell people, has there been a moment in your life when you feel that you lost yourself or you lost your beauty? Because I really felt that after having my daughter, I totally lost myself. I did not know who I was. First of all, I didn't look anything like I did before I had my daughter. I had only gained 20 pounds, but I lost 50 in a week. Yeah. So I went from being, I went super skinny and I'm quite tall and I lost all that hair. So now I'm just skinny and no hair. Right? And it was crazy. And I just I lost a lot of, I guess, just feeling beautiful, because now all I was like a milk machine for my baby. And, sleepless nights, I started realizing I had bags and I said, you know what, I'm not even going to look at skincare because this is not even anything that I should be touching right now. That's how I felt. All I should be doing is focusing on my daughter. It took me roughly 2 years to even think that I was beautiful. And that comes from somebody that has been working in the beauty industry, that is, surrounded by it, to lose that part of yourself. Right. And not that I'm for me, beauty wasn't something that I felt that I needed to work on, but I realized after having my daughter that beauty is confidence.
Yes, I agree. I agree that if you feel pretty, if you feel beautiful, or even if you feel attractive, even if, you don't have the ideal iconic beauty, but you feel attractive, I think that it does enhance your confidence for sure. So
I remember that specific moment when I went to a real hairdresser, not my husband then. I finally moved on from him and went to the hairdresser and I said, can you do something about this? Because it was chopped up. I had, layers that he had done. Let me do something. So I went, and I remember I went to the best place in town because I said, I'm going to spend my money. I'm going to get this done. And when she was done with my hair, I almost started crying because I said, oh my God, I feel beautiful.
It's amazing, right? It's amazing.
And I said, oh my goodness, I can't believe I lost myself.
Yeah.
And that's what I always say. Us women, we really have to speak about it, but also support each other, because we go through so many stages in life that affect us, right? And I don't want to say that my daughter took that away from me, but I had to regain my self-esteem and confidence. And I think that my daughter gave it back to me 10 times more than I had before. Because I've never been more confident. I've never been more secure in myself. Now, after having her, after going through that whole dark phase, I would say.
Right. It's like you hit rock bottom and then you climbed up again.
Yeah. So, that's something that I always say that I'm sure you meet as you meet women that come into you after you do certain treatments to them that, just say, thank you, Jackie, you've changed my life.
Yeah. And that's what's so rewarding about what I do. And, and this is why I transferred out of nursing, so to speak, because especially through COVID, you saw a lot of death and dying and, not really being able to help people because it was just such a devastating time. I was an ICU nurse, so seeing people dying from COVID. I was an ER nurse, seeing people coming in and not being able to help them. I felt like, I just didn't feel like I was good enough doing what I do now. I feel like I'm able to help people because they're coming in, they're actually asking, I want to take care of myself and what can I do? So I'm helping them, so my hands were tied during COVID and I felt like I can't do this anymore. And I don't want to be a part of like letting people die or, having people just let go of themselves. Like I didn't want to give up on them, but I felt like I had no choice and my hands were tied. So I think that's what got me out of like the full nursing, bedside nursing. And I went back to school, became a nurse practitioner, was able to open up my own business. And now I'm able to give what I wanted to give to these people. And it's just, make them help them just feel great about themselves and provide all the, the support and all the, I guess, I don't know how to say it, but like, I'm learning so much about this industry. So I'm trying to provide what I know, my knowledge, my technique, my skills, and I'm trying to give it back.
So you're giving them the keys.
Exactly. Yeah,
like
that's
that.
A good way to put it.
You're giving them the keys to that.
Yeah, and I think that, like you said, with my background in cosmetology, it really helps me. And it's almost like it fuels me because I love it. And I didn't realize how much I would love it.
I see that. And that's why I'm so happy I have you here today because I see that, Jackie. Like the first time I met you, I was like, oh my goodness, this woman is amazing. I was like, I can't wait to get you here to let people know how amazing you are, Jackie. Because you have something about yourself, right? The second I stepped in, I was like, oh, I'm a hugger. I was like, I want to hug, but I'm not. But I'm a hugger. That's who I am. Like, I love that, right? And you really, give out that feeling.
Aww.
So, I'm sure your clients, they're all, we just love coming into you. Plus, your place is just gorgeous.
Aww,
like, how did you think of this? Okay, you went through COVID, being an ICU nurse. That's when the idea came to open Rejuve.
It didn't happen that quickly. It was actually very spontaneous. But leading up to it, it was, I actually went back to doing more hair during COVID times because I was like, you know what? I don't know if I want to be at the hospital so much. So I stepped away from the hospital a little bit, and then went back to doing a little bit more hair. And then I realized like, hey, you know what? I have a nursing degree. I could inject. I could do Botox. My clients are getting older now. Like, I'm starting to see some wrinkles on your forehead that you didn't have when you were 20, but now you're, I'm aging with them. And I'm like, this is what I'm doing. Let's, jump on board with me and I can do it for you. So that was like a big, like, eye opener. I was like, wow, I can do it all, you know? So, I opened up a small room, an 8x10 room. My boss, the owner of Wave Salon in Hop Hog, he actually said, hey, why don't you just rent this room? He's like, what do you need? A chair and a sink? Yeah. I got it. Yeah. So I opened up this little 8x10 room and there I was doing my injectables and it grew from there. I had my hairdresser clients that came in and said, oh, you could do my hair and you can get rid of my wrinkles. I'm like, perfect. I can.
You got it all.
So the business grew, I think, a little bit faster than I expected it to because, I had the clientele there already. There was I didn't have to promote so much. So then from there, 2 years later, I was like, I got to get my nurse practitioner degree because then I could do this on my own. I don't need a medical director so much, or I can do it,
You can open your own.
Yeah. So I was like, let me work on that. So for the last 2-3 years, I was in school and just focused on that, still doing both ER nursing and injecting and going to school and being a wife and being a mom.
Jackie, you're an inspiration. And I hope that women see this because you are power.
Well, I think it's determination. I think that if you really are looking, to do something, you're just going to do it. You're going to just do it. And I was focused. I had a goal in mind. I was like, I got to do this. This is what I want in my life.
So you're a mom. You're working at the ICU. You're doing hair. It's COVID. You go back to school.
Yeah.
That must have been a lot on your plate.
I almost died, but
that's a lot on your plate.
It was a lot. But I think, as women, I think the more we have on our plate, the more we do. We just don't stop. It's like, they say like the minute you stop, you can't get up again. So I didn't stop.
You just kept
I didn't stop. And then finally I finished school and I was like, okay, am I going to go back to the hospital, be a nurse practitioner? No, I'm going to do my own thing. And I had this opportunity. It just came to me. It just unfolded in front of me. And I took, the space next to the salon where I work. And it's a pretty big space, but it's a little overwhelming for me. But I was like, you know what? I can do this. I'm going to build it. I'm going to grow it. And so I said, I'm just going to, get out of the 8x10 room.
Yeah, so you need more.
4,000 square feet that I don't know what to do with. But I'm going to, hopefully provide, the services that...
How many rooms do you have in there now?
I have 6 rooms, but I'm using 2 currently.
Yeah. And then you have the backspace as well.
And then I have a backspace that I'm, going to work on. But, aesthetics and beauty and all this is a growing industry. So I'm going to, expand on that. And hopefully, really, my goal is to expand on wellness. A lot of also what I want to get into is the weight loss and, as women age too, hormonal therapy and things like that are really important. So I was like, 18 being a hairdresser and all I cared about was like, hair. And now I'm seeing the progression, like you said, like I've seen it through and I'm seeing how women now are, considering, hormone therapy as options to like help, rejuvenate themselves and feel better.
I always talk about that because like I'm always out there, meeting clients and, at different spas. And one thing I always come across is women saying that things happen to us, like we don't get a break. It's puberty, then after that, it's childbirth. And then after that, we have perimenopause, menopause, and then it's this
non-stop.
and then it's that. And we get judged, right, for how we look. And that's what I'm saying. Like the best thing you can do for yourself is have that confidence, right? So when I realized how much I had changed after having my daughter, it wasn't until I got my confidence back that I felt beautiful again. And that I can like proudly say that if I just can keep that confidence, I think I will feel beautiful throughout, my life. But I do things like, I take care of, I think of what I'm eating, right? Like I'm very cautious of certain things because I realize what gives me energy and what makes me, more like feel sluggish.
Right.
I'm also working on my water intake because that is huge. Like I didn't even think of that, but it really does make a difference.
Oh my God, huge.
And then I also schedule things, not everything, but I schedule things accordingly to my cycle.
Important. Yeah.
Because I realize when I have more energy and when I have less.
Right. That's great.
So that's like as much hormonal as I can go, right? Because I don't know more, but I know what happens in the cycle. So I know when I have more energy and when I have less. So I try to schedule things when I have the most energy, as much hormonal as I can do. But I think a lot of women will go through that, especially as you get older. Yeah, come up in age.
And you have like your ups and downs, and we're so prone to like the valleys of like our hormonal cycle. It's just what it is.
Do you experience a lot of women like the dryness in their skin?
And I think that's the result. That's why we see more wrinkles, why we see skin laxity, and and I think it's because of our lifestyles, and it's just living in America and just having the foods that we eat here, and not as unless you're really going for organics or being very diligent, it's very difficult to be perfect. Like how can you do it? Like it's almost impossible. And I'm a big, like, I promote water and I promote hydration, but I'm the last one to drink a full glass, 8 ounces of water.
Well, you got a lot going on, Jackie.
I know, but I could squeeze it in, I guess. But then it's like, do I have time to go to the bathroom if I drink the water?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like...
Oh, trust me. I think of that every time because I drive a lot, right? Like when I work, I drive a lot. So I really got to think of it. Okay, am I going to have this water now? Will I be able to use the restroom?
Yes.
And I guess, it's harder to, I have to really think of that now after having my daughter.
But I do agree with you that hydration is huge for the skin and for like, just overall, like just, physical, like full body health. It goes beyond. So
do you have any keys to unlock beauty, like so that youthful?
Oh, I have keys, baby. I got lots of keys. I mean, I do, like I do know what works. I do, it's like, and I'm the last person to actually get these things, but I know what, I know lasers are amazing for like skin tone, texture. Botox is great for, like just improving fine lines and, medical grade skincare, like Dermalact, like things like that are proven to help improve the skin and to, help you radiate. I think all that is great.
I remember when I came into Jackie, it said, Jackie, the one product that really made me decide to work with Dermalact was our Beauty Sleep Serum. I was like, when I put it on, I went to bed, I woke up in the morning, I had that glow, right? Yeah. And many times, especially I guess, since I'm busy, I don't have all the time to do everything as I wish in my routine, you want something that just gives you that instant results, right? That is, I think that was a product I left you as well.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Really... And I did use it and I've been diligent with it too. And I, like one of my favorites is the firming cream for the neck.
Neck firming? Yes.
I get this creepiness because I don't drink water. So for me, like, if I don't drink water, you see it in my face. I get sunken in, I get like hollow, I get this crepiness. And the skin firming cream for the neck is just magical.
It is. I'm telling you,
It's
it makes
great.
it because you get the exfoliation, but you also get the nourishment, right? You have the oils in there, so you get rid of the crepey skin. You just get that the smooth.
Yeah,
neck.
so I love that.
And I'm telling you, I told you, Jackie, like tech neck is a serious thing. We're all on our phones way more time than we should. So
bad.
It is, right? But then again, like you get sucked into it. I know at night I can spend a good hour and a half after putting my daughter to sleep, even though I know I have to do something else. Because once you start, it's like it's an addiction.
Yeah,
you can't let it down,
I know.
right? So, we all have our little, guilty pleasures.
Our guilty pleasures, yeah.
Well, but what is your guilty pleasure, Jackie?
It's right along yours, but I love doing reels and before and afters on Instagram.
Ooh, so you get stuck on that?
I love perfecting my before and afters, like seeing my clients before and after and just posting about it and writing about it. Because to me, it's an art.
Yeah.
To me, what I do is really like I'm proud of my work. So I want to show it off.
Which you should be. Jackie.
Yeah. So when somebody's happy with their lips and they're texting me, oh my God, thank you so much. I love them. Or this treatment was great, or you made me feel better. Like it just really fulfills me. And I take pride in it. So my husband loses a little quality time with me, but I'm like,
I'm so happy you get to do what you like to do.
And this is life to me. This is I built the life that I want to live. And you know how we used to do vision boards, I remember doing vision boards. I feel like I'm actually living my vision board, So to me, it's I'm just happy. I'm very happy, I'm not 100% where my business is just starting. So, but I'm at the starting point of where I want my life to be. So I'm very, very excited. And
you give me hope.
Because if you work hard enough for anything, and I told you, I didn't stop. Once I had a goal in mind, I kept going, and you don't stop. And, no matter what's on your plate, you really have to just push through it. And I think anybody's capable of doing it. You just need that determination. Yeah,
wow,
for sure.
You really inspire me, Jackie. And I'm sure many, many, many women out there are feeling the same thing I'm feeling right now, just listening to your story, Jackie.
Aw, thank you.
Right,
I hope, I can empower women to be what they want to be and to do what they want to do. Because it's possible. There's enough out there for all of us to, really
and that's why, Jackie, I know that you're good because you share this with women.
Yeah.
It's not just, you don't just keep it, but you actually want to share this message to them. And I think that there needs to be more women like you out there.
I think we need to support each other for sure.
Definitely.
I think that's important. There's a lot of especially in my industry, there's a lot of competition and there's a lot of, of that going on. But, for the most part, I have a good group around me. I have good friends. I have, injector friends. I have great support group. And I think that you just keep encouraging people and you just grow together, you know? I think it's important.
Do you have any beauty hacks or treatments that you think are really trending now or that you have tried that you say, this is a wow, this has really changed?
Yeah, actually, I just posted about Sculptra today. And Sculptra is, it's actually, believe it or not, Sculptra originated back in the 80s to treat people with HIV who were taking certain medications that diminish all the fat in their face. So this medication was actually made for, people that were experiencing pretty much cachectic look in their face. So it was to help increase the collagen and to bring back that volume in the face. So later on, we realized, this can help anybody really, So now it's used cosmetically in the industry, and we use it on the face, and we also use it in the body. We actually use it on the butt. The Sculptra butt lift has been very popular, and I think because of semaglutide. So semaglutide is the weight loss injections that are very popular. Yeah. I mean, that's another great thing. To me, it's a miracle that women especially, are able to lose weight beyond what they were able to before. And I think it's a powerful drug. I think it needs to be monitored. I do offer it, and I offer it, cautiously. People come into my office weekly. I weigh them, I monitor them. The dosing is prepared specifically for them. But with that, they're losing weight, not just their bodies, but their face. So I think the Sculptra has been a very powerful like agent that we're using now to help rebuild that volume. So it's different from putting fillers. You can't just fill the entire face with fillers because then you'd look like, you know, that Madonna last year, how she came out like this. So Sculptra works more.
She was plumped.
She was so plumped. And I don't know what she did.
I didn't even recognize her, to be honest.
I'm not really sure what she did. I can't even say that it was fillers. I don't know what she injected, but that's not what Sculptra does. No. Sculptra builds collagen, your own natural collagen, in fact. So it doesn't work as quickly as filler. It works
like gradually. Right?
Gradually. So that's why it's like a very subtle treatment, but it's also your own collagen. So it sticks with you longer. So it's a longer lasting treatment. It lasts about 2 years. And you do use it. So your first round, you're using it like, you know, you get the couple of syringes that you need, you get to your baseline, and then you're on maintenance for like several years to come. So
do you see like, should you use that with skincare products? Like, do you believe we're like using?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, everything. I mean, skincare, you got to take care of the outside. Absolutely. But the Sculptra takes care of the inside. So like the fibers that connect your skin to like your muscle, your layers, you know, it really just kind of gives you that it just binds everything together and just builds that collagen. So it's really important. So I'm loving that.
I'm actually, I haven't heard much of the Sculptra. So this was
oh my God, it's huge. It's huge right now. I think I'm seeing it more because of my age group and like and it's not just for weight loss. It's for women that have aged like into their 40s and 50s and are losing that collagen.
Well, I mean, you can notice I felt like I noticed around maybe 30, 35 there, how like my triangle of you turned, like it just shifted one night to another. I said, oh, interesting. What happened here? It started going down. Like I noticed that little, you know, it started going down. I noticed a little more hollow hair, right? And you know, and that's aging, right? And
that's what it is. And those are the areas that Sculptra targets. Actually, it's those like areas that you're not going to necessarily, you can put fillers in certain areas, but Sculptra does it in a way that's a little bit more natural and more closer to your own, you know, body's ability to create collagen. So if your body doesn't want to create collagen, it won't. So it really follows like your natural structure. So it's amazing. So I love that. And lower face Botox. I'm a big fan.
What is lower face Botox?
Huge fan of lower face Botox.
So what is that?
So as we age, so like people don't realize this, and we've learned this over the years because people used to just inject and not really understand aging. But over the last 20 years, we've really come to understand how the body or the face ages. So for women, we lose a lot of like bone density. Yeah. So our bones shrink, so our jaw shrinks, and what your body wants to do, or your face wants to do, and your muscles want to do, they want to stay attached to the bone. So what happens is obviously everything falls, and then the chin wants to stay attached. So you get this like, you know, like witch chin that comes up. You get this crease on your line, you know, this crease on your chin, and you get these gels that are coming in because you're losing volume here. So we realized that injecting the lower face with Botox will help kind of relax those muscles, let them just lay. And then, you know, it is very preventative. So, you know, and we realized this after COVID too, because everybody's wearing, you know, these masks and everybody says beautiful like forehead lines, and they take off the mask and like, oh whoa, she's older than I thought. So then, you know, we started researching like, how do we, you know, get the lower face to actually look younger? And, you know, in conjunction with fillers and Sculptra and other things, the Botox really helps to kind of minimize those movements and like the crinkling and all that. So it gives you a smoother jawline, the neck too. Like, I was going to say,
I've seen Botox on the neck.
Yeah.
That was weird. But for like, if you have that
neck band,
right?
Yeah.
What is that?
Yeah. So like the platysmal band. Yeah. So that's really like this very thin layer of it's a muscle really. So it's attached to this, and it kind of helps pull everything down. So what we do is we relax it like in these areas by the jaw, and actually individually the actual bands that are strongest. So like when you like tighten,
because I had like these.
Yeah, so they help support like, you know, the neck. So by relaxing those bands, you actually minimize the bands, and then by injecting along the jaw, you're able to actually release that pull, and it actually gives you a little bit of a lift. So you get a little bit of a mid-face lift. So that's really interesting. So I've been using that a lot. You know, my clients that are willing to try it, I've definitely been a fan of like the chin Botox and like the, you know, to minimize the movement, because I'm a jowler. Like if I were to not inject myself, I'd be like, I don't know. I see my parents. I'm like, I know where I'm aging. I'm going to try and control that as much as possible.
I always say that. I see my parents. They look like twins right now. Like their lines, their forehead looks exactly the same. Like you could tell they've had tough years.
Yeah.
Raising, the children. But besides that, you can see, and I know what's coming.
Yeah, I know what's coming, but I'm like, I'm fighting this till the end.
Yes.
And not to be vain or anything, but if I can do something about it and I have it at my disposal, why not? And that's the beauty of this industry is that, you're able to do it. Like, why not?
And that's like one thing I really appreciate also is that you can enhance your natural beauty.
Right.
Like, for example, a lot of people say, well, why should you do Botox, right? 37 years old. Well, A, because I want to. Okay. 2 is because if I have the frown lines, right? Like the 11s, very, very strong. Yeah. So I can still move it. Like you wouldn't even know that I have it, but I have what they call baby Botox.
Oh, yeah.
What is that? What is baby Botox?
It's just a smaller dose.
A smaller dose, right? But I do that because it makes my face more relaxed. I'm always a little, tense. I have a 3-year-old, so it's always, be careful, don't do this, don't do that, right? So that puts a lot, right? So I remember this time I came home after doing the Botox. It was about 3 to 5 days later. I came home. My husband goes, "Oh my gosh, sweetie, you look so beautiful. You look so relaxed. What have you done? Did you go to a spa?" And I go, "No, I had Botox."
That's the Botox glow.
Yeah, and I mean, I still can move, and and I just feel like it really just enhances everything.
And it just helps you feel better. And it's all about like just feeling better about yourself, and when you feel better about yourself, you're just nicer to everybody and you're just like more pleasant to be around. I feel like,
So what is one treatment now? Because I'm like, okay, now it's getting cooler. I want to have like a treatment where I feel a little pampered. Do you have any treatments that you can do or?
That I do? Everything I do hurts. Like I'm just constantly poking you. So
do you do the Morpheus 8?
I've had it because I'm like on the I'm on the hunt for like the perfect laser that I want to bring into my place, and I'm like still looking. Morpheus 8 does hurt, but I've heard it's very effective, like to help tighten the skin, especially around the lower face area, like even the body. So I know it does hurt. You really got to number it. Yeah. I've heard good things and bad things about it, so I can't say with 100% confidence that it's effective. I have tried it. It does hurt. And I've seen people that have great results from it. I've also seen people that, didn't really care for it, but they also didn't complete the treatment. So I think it's effective to follow through with the, the regimen.
But I mean, I guess that's the same thing with skincare, right? Like you can't just use a product for a week or two and then think you're going to
Exactly.
So you have to really be consistent with it.
Yeah.
I tell people a lot. They're like, how am I going to remember to apply this product twice a day? I said, do you brush your teeth twice a day? Do you have to remember that? No, great. Put the products right next to your toothbrush.
Exactly. I mean, it's that simple, right?
Just put it next to your toothbruch and you'll remember. And they do. It becomes a routine, right?
It does. It does become a routine. I mean, what I do is like I schedule people in advance for those treatments that require like 1 or 2 or 3, like the microneedling, which I love doing around this time. So it does hurt.
Why is it a perfect time, by the way, to do it now?
I think it's like when you're less exposed to the sun. So like when you're not really like, being, so you're just spring and like the fall, you want to try and rejuvenate. And that's when your skin actually naturally kind of sheds anyway. So it's just like an added boost. But adding the PRP, which is platelet-rich plasma, which is like your own blood being, spun and drawn and actually used as the agent that goes into the skin. So that really helps to build collagen also. So it just regenerates the skin from underneath. It's great for the under eye area. I love it for under eyes because it helps like strengthen those, like the little crepiness that we have here and like the thin skin. I found that that's actually sometimes better than filler. A lot of people want to fill. But filler isn't the best treatment for the under eyes for everybody. It can actually like make it worse.
Yeah, I've heard that too.
Yeah, so PRP I find that's very effective. But I feel like what I do is not very. It's not, it hurts. It does hurt, but it's effective. I feel like beauty is pain.
Yes, yeah.
And like if you're not getting tortured.
I remember one I just had to, talking about beauty is pain made me think of the first time I felt beautiful when I was like 5 years old. My mom was the person that always wore mascara and like she put on her lipstick daily, right? And I remember seeing her doing the, mascara application. And I said to myself, I want to do that too. So I'm 5 years old. I don't have mascara. So I go and find something that I think looks like mascara, which happens to be a nail polish bottle. So I grab it and I open it and I take the little brush for the nails and I start, I look in the mirror because that's what my mom did. And I started applying it to my lashes. And I'm realizing as I'm doing it that it's burning, right? So now I've done it to both eyes and now I'm going, I'm just screaming, like it's burning. And my lashes start, gluing together. And my mom runs out and she's like, oh my God, what have you done? What have you done? And she goes, oh my God, how are we going to get this off? And this is remember, in the 80s. So she's thinking, oh my gosh, the only thing she can think of that would remove nail polish is what?
Acetone.
So she goes and puts 2 cotton swabs with acetone and starts removing it from my lashes. Oh my God, and I remember the feeling of burning, but man, I felt beautiful. So yes, beauty can be pain sometimes. Yes, I 100% agree with that.
Oh my God.
I love shoes too, so I have some shoes that are really uncomfortable, but I feel so beautiful when I'm wearing them.
I know.
But then when I take them off, my feet are numb and whatever. But yeah, beauty can be pain sometimes. Doesn't always have to be, but
it doesn't always have to be. And I have to say, I'm very diligent with facials. I love getting my facials. And I have my favorite esthetician that I've been going to now, religiously, Jess. That's my girl.
That's your girl, yeah.
Jess from Smithtown.
You have to have your Jess.
From the Beauty Loft. I mean, I get the best facials from her. And it's not just, it is everything that she does because she knows what to do. But it's that experience of just letting yourself just, lay there and be and just feel great.
Because that's another thing. We don't always give ourselves that time to just be.
I know. So for me, it's and I don't have a lot of time. So when I book this, it's usually a really long appointment, but she's awesome. And it's just an experience. It's really just an amazing experience. And I feel between that and maybe a massage once in a while, if I have time, I feel these are great treatments to just get you back to baseline, remove the stress because that's a huge factor. Yeah. We carry stress on our face, and thanks to Botox, you don't always see it, but you're walking around with stress, and it weighs on us. And I think in other ways too, we're just we could be short, or we could be or just not make the best decisions when we're under stress. So I think it's important to get you back to baseline.
I always like going to my hairdresser because I always tell her just 5 more minutes on my hairstyle, because I feel a lot of tension I have is on my head. Yeah. So once she goes in there and really gives me that little, scrubbing, and she says, you can do this yourself in the shower if you just allow yourself.
No, it's not the same.
I'm it's not the same. It's not the same. It's not. It's not. But you have to allow yourself to have those moments when you just relax your mind.
Absolutely. It's important.
It is.
I think we all need it, daily, even hourly, but important to definitely, to have those moments for sure.
Okay, Jackie, we have come to the end of this chat, and this means we're gonna do the rapid fire questions. Okay, so this is.
Be careful.
Now you gotta be careful here. Okay. What is your guilty pleasure when it comes to foods?
Foods?
Yes.
Foods. Oh, geez. Oh, man.
Foods.
Pizza.
If
I had one less meal.
One less meal?
It's not a steak. It's not soup. I love soup. I love all that. But I love pizza. I love a cheesy, thick crust.
Just cheese pizza.
Well, with everything else
Everything else on it?
Yeah. I'm a pizza girl.
So New York pizza.
Yeah, New York pizza.
Okay. Oh my God.
What other kind of pizza is there?
My brother in Sweden always calls me. He's like, when I tell him, I'll send him a picture of my pizza. He goes, oh my God, New York pizza. It is really good. You can argue with me. Some people think that, the thick crust is better. Let me know what you think. But I personally say New York pizza.
Yeah. It has to be crispy. It has to,
And we do a New York pizza here in the office sometimes. Fridays we will get pizza. That's when I come in. Okay. What is your all-time favorite color, Jackie, and why?
Blue.
Ooh.
It's blue.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why?
I think because somebody once told me, and I think it was on my wedding day, that I had to wear something blue for good luck.
Yeah, that's true.
For every major test, for this interview, I am wearing blue. Anything that I have that is meaningful, I wear blue. I try to wear blue every day, but when I don't wear blue, I don't have great days. So
that would be, okay, nice, blue. I'm thinking my favorite color. I used to always say orange, but I never wear it. I love the color orange, but
I love the
wear-
orange sky too,
Yeah, I
but
like it.
yeah.
But to wear, I think I'm more like black, white,
Yeah,
and blue.
but orange would look good on you too,
Right?
or like
Yeah.
those
Yeah, like I
the
like
warm
the rusty,
tones.
yeah,
I think that
that's
would
like
look good
fall.
on you.
But I like that blue. I'm gonna wear more blue now that you said it.
I wear it underneath though because
Yeah.
it doesn't go with my complexion, so it's always like
okay.
blue bra, blue
Yeah.
underwear.
Oh, so that's how you do it.
That's how I do it. So it's not like
So it's not like you're wearing the blue, but
no.
it's okay.
But blue has a very calming. Like my bedroom is like a light blue. Like it's very calming
Yeah.
to me too. So
Interesting, Jackie. Okay, this is a good one. I always ask people, what is on your bucket list? Because I have a bucket list that I hope I get to do some of the things, but what's on yours?
I don't know if I'll
Like if you just
be
give me
old enough.
3 or 5 things. Yeah,
Oh,
that's
okay.
it, just 3 or 5.
Okay.
Nothing else.
Well,
Honestly.
I know I'm jumping the gun here, but I would like to, expand on my business. Like definitely maybe open up, expand on Rejuve. Like that's my goal, ultimate goal. But I'm going to take a break right now. I'm going to just focus on one and then,
And then
yeah. So that's, maybe like my end goal. But I think travel, I got to take breaks. I got to like really, like enjoy life too, because
Where
I've been
would you
working so
travel?
hard.
Where would you like?
I'm going to be very like, cliche. I want to go to Greece. Just
Yes.
I
Have you ever
do.
been?
I haven't. No, I haven't. I want
A lot of blue there on the flag.
I know.
Yes.
Yeah.
That'll be
And speaking of flags, like my country, I'm from El Salvador, and I would love to go back to my country. It's a beautiful place right now.
is.
The president's done a great job cleaning up the country, and I hear so many good things about it. I haven't been there in over 20 years,
Wow.
so I'd love
you still
to go
have family
back.
there?
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't
Aw.
really communicate with them, but I would love to just see my own country and see where
But you're fluent in Spanish, correct?
I am.
Yeah.
It's Spanglish.
It's Spanglish.
But
It kind of happens when you're in America. You get the Spanglish.
yeah. But I would
Okay.
like to travel more on the south of America too. Like I've done Europe, I've done, I've never been to Australia, and I think maybe I should go there, but it's not really like
That's a long flight.
yeah. But Sweden.
Yeah,
I don't know,
Sweden.
Something about like TikTok and those Swedish.
Have you
like,
seen it? Have
videos.
you seen those, right? So Sweden does really good TikToks. They're showing the beautiful landscape. That's not what I remember, but it is gorgeous.
Yeah.
And we have,
things that are beautiful.
It's beautiful.
Like to me, beauty is everything. And like I could literally be in a space where I can just appreciate my environment and feel fulfilled. Like when I'm having a tough day, like sometimes I live by a lake.
Yeah.
And I'll just go and watch the sunset near the lake. And to me, it's like, it really calms me down. And just like watching the water and, just the waves. And to me, it's like, it's soothing. I love that. So just being around.
Yeah, nature.
Nature,
I was going to
yeah.
ask you, like, what do you prefer, city or like, countryside?
I used to prefer the city when I was younger, but
Yeah.
now I'm like more of like, just, I love nature. I love just being around, nature.
So you would choose hiking over beach vacation or beach vacation over hiking vacation?
I don't know. It's tough.
Right?
Can I have both?
Well, you could actually do both if you go to Sweden, but you won't have
Wow.
they have the West Coast has beautiful beaches, but it's never that warm. But in Greece, you could also do that.
Yeah.
If you go to Greece, you could go get
Yeah.
the beach, and then you can go do some hiking as well.
Yeah, I think I would love that.
Food is delicious over there too. Okay, so what is if you have to think of your like best vacation destination? It can be somewhere you have been that you said was amazing, or some place that you are. Well, now we know Greece you would like to do, but besides Greece, have you been to on a vacation that you said, oh, it was so good, I want to let
Go
people
back,
know?
or-
Yeah, go back or like share that experience with people.
I mean, Aruba, but
That's a good one.
I mean, I say it like it's like,
Yeah.
oh, because I've been there so many times, but it
How
really
many?
is a beautiful place. You could see the sunset. It's like the most beautiful sunset I've ever seen. Aruba is like, first of all, the weather is beautiful all day long. Like, I mean, all year long. And the sunsets are amazing. I just, yeah. I
got that as a tip to go to Aruba. I was like, I don't know. So I should do that, right?
And the food's amazing.
Okay,
It's like
you can go
New
with
York
kids?
style. Yeah,
Right?
sure.
Because, I got to bring
It's
the
not
little
much
one
of
with
a
me.
nightlife. It's more
No,
just
I don't
like,
want that.
Yeah, it's more
Yeah.
just like enjoying the day
Yeah,
and like
and seeing
the
the sunset.
beauty. Like it's just, the water is just amazing. The water is beautiful, crystal blue. And then the sand is just white and perfect.
Now you
And
make me
the
want to
food
go
is
to
amazing.
Aruba. Okay.
Oh, it's great.
And you
yeah.
can go all year round.
I think so. I mean, I've only gone certain times a year, but I hear that the weather's pretty kind of stable. But
okay.
yeah, Aruba is one of my favorite places. And I've been there a couple times. So I say like, oh yeah, it's boring. But like, not that it's boring, but I'm like, because I've been there already.
Yeah.
So I wish I could give you like something else. But,
No, but I would do Aruba.
Aruba's great.
No, because I went to Playa del Carmen with my family this summer. And I've done Cancun when I was younger, But now I went with a family, right?
Uh-huh.
So I went to Playa del Carmen, and I absolutely loved it because they had so much things for kids to do. And at 8 p.m. every single night, the hotel had a Broadway show.
Oh, wow.
So I didn't have to think of entertainment. We just went, watched the show, went to bed after that.
That's amazing.
So we had such a nice time. We had water parks and everything.
Oh, that's
But see,
great.
that was for her.
Right.
So now when you're telling me Aruba, I feel like that's for me.
Oh, yeah.
'Cause I need a sunset in my life.
It's just the sun. It's like the sun just shines so beautifully on Aruba.
Okay, Aruba it
Definitely go to Aruba.
Aruba it is. Okay, Jackie. So we are here in the Confidence Edit, and I really want to know how you define confidence, Jackie.
So for me, confidence is from within. Obviously, I think that if you have it from within, you're gonna do what you need to do on the outside. So I feel like it encourages you to go get that Botox, go get your hair done. So if you're feeling good about yourself on the inside, and that's like just doing the general things, like, like just giving yourself like that time that you need for yourself, like feeling strong about yourself on the inside, you're going to go do what you need to do. And it could work the other way too. You get the Botox and then you get the confidence. Yeah. It could work that way too. But I think it's all about like how you feel and how you look. I think confidence is both. I know that's cliche, but what other way would you have confidence? I don't know.
I always say confident. I feel like when I say I feel confident is because I know that I'm good enough.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Like I realized that, as I told you, as when I became a mom, I was like, you know what? I am good enough.
Mm-hmm.
I am worthy.
Yeah.
Because that was one thing I struggled with feeling. And then I started noticing that my confidence grew as I grew in my role.
Right.
Because all of a sudden I had this new role that I had no idea of, how to even do. Like they literally leave you with a kid and say, good luck.
Right.
And then you just, so I actually grew. And as I was growing in that process, I realized, oh my goodness. I was like giving myself a little pat on my shoulder. And that's when I realized that my confidence was growing. And then the more things I do for myself in any form, it can be beauty or, just like health-wise as well, taking care of my both mental health and, physical health gives me that confidence.
Yeah.
And also like one thing you mentioned that I really, I said, wow, that's true, is how you dedicated yourself to work, right? You got all into your work. You went back to school. That must have boosted your confidence once you had that degree.
It certainly did, yeah. But I think that leading up to it, I had doubts. I didn't feel like I didn't even know if I was going to do it. I was like, I don't even know if I'm going to pass. I don't know.
The most confident woman.
But I think you gotta, and I don't mean fake it till you make it, but like, I think that if you just do what you know is going to get you to that point and you're just diligent about it and, good results have to come out of that. Like, you're going to produce the product if you keep doing what you got to do. So like for me, even for, losing weight, I cheated, I did semaglutide, but it's not a magic pill. It is a magic pill, but you still got to do the work. And for me, I just felt like, just keep eating right, just keep doing the right thing. And you're not going to see it overnight sometimes. Yeah. You just wake up one day and you're like, okay, all that hard work is paying off because you're just doing it day after day. So it's being routine, it's being mindful of your goals. And I think that that's important. So maybe confidence isn't always apparent, or maybe it's not, there, but I think that knowing that you're on the right track and just knowing that you're in that direction, that gives me the, encouragement to just keep going at it. Like I did it yesterday. I'm doing it today. I'm going to do it tomorrow. I'm going to get there. So that just gives me, I don't know if it's confidence as much as it is, I don't know what the word is, but just like knowing, just a knowing that's where I'm going. That's the direction I'm taking. So
you have like a clear vision.
Yeah, it's like a vision, and I'm on that path, and I know that that's what I want. So when I get there, that's what's going to happen. So I think it's just staying on that path. So it's like being goal oriented, and sometimes like I'm not calm. I wake up and I'm like, oh, I feel like crap today. Yeah, but I'm doing the same thing. Right. I'm putting my cream on. I'm trying to drink my water. Yeah. But doing, getting up to go work out. Like, okay, I feel chubby today. I don't feel good, but I do it anyway. Yeah. Because I know that the end result is what I want it to be. Yeah.
Yeah, I think confidence is also something you have to work on, right?
Right.
Like it's not like when I said I feel the most confident now because you don't know how much work I put into feeling confident, right?
Right.
You know, and it's like you said, a little thing like getting your little Botox or getting your skincare that can like really boost that as well.
Yeah.
So yes, like when I go to the hairdresser, I feel more confident because I come out with, hair that they blow out my hair, they give me the massage. Yeah. So yeah, I think it's like so many things.
Yeah, it's so many things. So I do these little boosters to like, but it's not like I'm always confident.
So you have little keys to your confidence.
Yeah, little keys.
Yeah. I like that.
So.
I like that, Jackie. Okay, Jackie. So in your business, you have injectables, you have invasive treatments. How do you incorporate skincare into your treatments?
I mean, that's huge. It's almost like, I'd have to say, like, how do you invest in something that's so expensive? My treatments aren't cheap. People are spending a lot of money on their Botox, on their fillers. But in order to, keep and enhance and maintain that investment, you got to do your part too. Yeah. So topical skincare is huge. Because what I do is kind of like, like the Botox, it gets rid of like the wrinkles, but you got to moisturize. You got to do the things that you need, topically, which, I could do certain things, but it's that maintenance, that daily, day in, day out, morning and night that, needs to get done. And I can't do that for you guys. Like, you got to do it, Yeah,
you got to go
come to me every 3 to 4 months, but you got to do your part. And that's every day. Yeah. Just being diligent. Everything is about routine and it's about maintenance. Yeah. So. And using like proper, medical grade skincare. Like, don't put junk in your face. Like, why are you going to pay for like a, $10 product when you know that the products that are in your skincare line and like medical grade skincare lines are effective and actually work? Like, if you're going to pay what you pay for Botox, get what you need.
I always tell people like it's great to, to incorporate both. Because you get the full benefit, the full cycle.
Absolutely.
Right? Because there's just so much you can do with a product and there's just so much you can do with it. Exactly. So they really work together.
And sometimes maybe you can't afford the Botox or you can't afford the other stuff. So medical grade skincare is a great way to maintain your, your look as well. So I definitely think it's huge. It's a big part of like maintaining.
Okay, Jackie. So I want to know, what are the trends? What are people coming in for? What is it they're asking for?
Well, thanks to TikTok. I mean, like we really exploded because I think a lot of things are just like out there, right? People are on social media. So they're seeing things. Oh, I want to try this treatment. I want to try that treatment. But really what it is people are concerned about like how they're aging. So, and filters are a big, I don't know if it's a blessing or a curse, but like people see themselves, a certain way on camera or in a picture, they filter it out and then they look in the mirror and it's like, oh, I see this is who I think I am, but this is what I look like. So they're kind of coming to me to like kind of enhance their look to feel like the best that they can be, But I do think that where we're going with beauty in this industry now is like definitely we're looking younger. We're aging slower. I think that we found things that really help to minimize like the effects of aging. And I think people are willing to spend their money on that, especially women, and not just women, men.
Men, yes.
And I think people are just taking better care of themselves. I think COVID did a big, really kind of. It did both. Like our morale kind of went down, but then we kind of rose up from that. And we're like, okay, we're going to do our part to take care of ourselves. And I think that that's been huge for us because we all depend on our doctors, right? The doctor says this, so you got to do that. Yes. But now I think people are questioning doctors. They're questioning like what, oh, you're telling me that this is the medication I need? Well, this one says it's got side effects. So no, I want a different one. Or they're saying things like, you know what? I can take this into my own hands. I don't need my insurance. I'm going to go out and get like my IV hydration. I want to do my own weight loss. Like they're paying out of pocket for things that, that insurance won't cover. So I think that people are just more hands-on, or more like. So
I feel like a lot of them are more educated. Like I would actually read up on something before I go and do it. Like I do my research. Exactly. Right? You feel like that. Like you notice that as well.
Yeah, definitely. I have people coming in asking for specific products and like, how does it compare to this one? So consumers are very savvy, and you got to be just as savvy. You got to be right there with them and at their level because they know just as much as we know. Yeah. So education is Google's away. So
Thank you, Google. Like Right? What would we do without it?
I mean, really, yes.
So what do you, like, if you would say one treatment that you feel has increased in the past, like, few months, what would that be?
The last few months?
Like 6 months?
I don't know, you tell me.
I was just going to tell you. Oh, Jackie, you sold me on this one. So what was that?
The Sculptra?
The Sculptra. Is that something like, is that because of the increase of the
yeah,
weight
because
loss?
of semaglutide, definitely. Yeah, and I think it's been, up and coming. Like, I think it's not just for weight loss, but it's for aging. Like, we're actually, women in their 20s and 30s are also using it to prevent aging, to keep that collagen kind of like really firm.
Because I heard that Ozempic face.
Yeah.
Right? What is Ozempic?
Ozempic face? Because unfortunately, when you're on this weight loss medication, what you lose is, it targets the belly fat, but it targets the booty fat and the face.
Oh, I want to keep my booty.
Yeah, I mean, my husband's like, get off of that stuff.
Yes.
You're losing your butt.
Yes.
So I had to like start doing my squats and stuff because I wasn't coming off of it until I was like down. Yeah. Then, I got to the point where I wanted.
Did you struggle for a long time to lose weight?
No, I didn't, because I think at baseline, I'm a certain, I don't struggle with weight gain. I think I just needed it, just to get me over the hump of like the weight loss, the weight gain from school and stress and the business, so once exactly. Right? So once I came off of all that and my life was a little bit steadier, the weight kind of came off like pretty naturally. I did use the shots, as a crutch, and it helped me. And, like, I'm not taking them anymore, but at least it did help me get there.
Yeah, and also maybe get the motivation when you see that actually something's, you're getting results.
My pants fit. I'm gonna, So I definitely think that. But I lost weight in my face. I did 1 round of Sculptra. I got it back. My face tends to be like really thin and scrawny, so I have to work at it. So I did do 1 round of Sculptra, and it definitely helped to plump up, the areas. But I need more. So that's what I'm getting next.
Okay, Jackie, one more question. Okay. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. So what are the must-have like ingredients or products in a skincare routine that you would recommend?
Okay. Well, first and foremost, drink your water when you wake up. That's absolutely. Collagen too is another one. So I just have to put it out there. So these are things daily that you take in, but also, in addition to that, topically, you do need to, I started using retinol like kind of late in life. Like I just kind of started. Okay. So I think retinols are important, but I've seen clients. I actually had a 60-year-old, she was 70 years old. She came to me. I thought she was in her 50s. And I said, what is your secret? She's like, I've been using retinol since I was in my 40s. So I was like, okay, let me get that.
70 goes on. Oh, wow.
Yeah. And recently I saw another client who is on retinol, and I was like, your skin is amazing. I said, you don't look like you're in your 40s. Yeah. She's like, I've been using retinol for the last 3 years. And she's like, and it does take a little bit of getting used to, but I think retinols are important. Hyaluronic acids and all that for hydration. It's important to stay hydrated. And with the retinols, you're going to lose that hydration. So it's important to have both. I think that's what I love about your product line, that it incorporates all those necessary ingredients to keep you like hydrated. And, so I think that, it has to be daily though.
Retinols and to work with the hydration.
Yeah, definitely. The hyaluronic acids are important.
Drinking your water to applying your serums.
And even the collagen. I do the collagen elixir by, it's oral collagen elixir.
Is it a pill or like a syrup?
No, it's actually like in a little vial, and it's by, I sell it on my website. It's by, I'm
going to have to click on your website.
It's by Isagen. It's actually by Isagenics, but I love the taste of it. I wake up in the morning, I have my shot, it's cold.
Okay. You put it in the fridge or?
Yeah, it stays in the fridge, and I have it every morning. And I really do think that actually helped my hair from falling out. And my skin just got like a little, I like noticed a difference, on my skin, on my body. My face is forever changing because I'm always doing new things. But like the skin on my body, like my hands, like I felt like a difference from using the collagen. I also use the Vital Collagen, which is a powder, and I put that in my coffee. It's got no flavor. But I just started doing that just to enhance the collagen, because I think internal is just as important as what we do on the outside, but definitely on the outside, protect. And SPF, oh my God.
Oh my God.
Of course, definitely.
SPF. Yeah. So you have a holistic approach. You think of what you're drinking, what you're eating, that you're putting on
Yeah.
your skin, you do your treatments.
Yeah, definitely. Because I'm not, I'm very bad with my food. Like I don't eat like perfect all the time. I don't drink all, water.
Yeah.
So I have to do my part where
Who
I
really
can.
does?
I know.
I wish I was more. Right.
Right.
Straight. Yeah.
Right. But there's certain regimens, like you said, like brushing your teeth at night.
Yes.
Like, okay,
Just do that.
it's right there. Just take the extra
if
time.
I drink my
to...
water, I might as well put that in my water.
Exactly.
Yeah, you got me sold already.
Yeah.
Because, now it's wintertime, you start getting a little bit more of dry skin.
Right. So and I think that's why I started it, because I was starting to notice the dry skin. I was like, the collagen really helped me before. Let me do it again. You definitely notice a difference for sure.
Okay, Jackie, last but not least, what is your favorite Dermalect skincare product?
Well, I did mention one already.
Yes.
I'm loving that neck.
Yeah, the neck firming, firming.
But the other day, you gave me a sample actually of the rapid repair, for dry skin.
Yes,
the
rapid
moisturizer.
repair. Oh, the moisturizer?
The moisturizer for the skin.
Oh, you like the rapid repair?
Because I've been using the
moisturizer,
retinol.
Yes.
And my skin was drying, and I'm like, oh my God, what is happening to my skin? I put that
Retinol
on,
does that,
and all day my skin was glowing, and I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, that's a great cream, because you have in there, you have both the, you have grapeseed oil in there as well. It's just a very, very nourishing, hydrating, repairing cream.
Yeah, it was like it worked immediately.
I like that.
And also like the
smooth upper lip.
The smooth upper lip, because I'm prone to get these lines. I just have really thin skin, so I have to moisturize a lot. And it feels so good. It goes on nicely.
It's like
that
a gua sha.
roller.
The roller, right?
I just like putting it on. It's like really nice.
Oh.
Yeah. So
I like that,
I
Jackie.
appreciate those.
Well, you have been, it's such an honor to have had you here today.
Oh my God,
and
thank
to
you for
hear
having
all
me.
of this from you, Jackie. You've taught me so much today. I thought I knew a lot until I met you.
No, I
have
heard so much from
inspired
you.
me, Jackie. No, you have inspired me. Like, it's never too late. You can, we just have to empower each other. We have to support each other. And I think that you really, show that to your clients, your patients, your friends, anyone who's around you gets that feeling. And right now, the feeling that I have, that I'm sure a lot of you at home have as well, is the feeling of empowerment.
Aww.
I feel confident, which I told you before. I have self-esteem, but now I feel empowered. I know whatever I want to do, I can do it, because you did it.
Absolutely.
You did it, Jackie. You did it. And I'm like in awe.
Yeah.
I really am, Jackie.
Keep fighting through, and anything is possible. Absolutely.
I really am. So I hope you all had a lovely time listening to us, chatting with us. And Jackie, once again, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. This was a pleasure. Thank you so much. Thank you.